What's going on, guys? This is Joel here from Slender, and today we have a more production related topic. It's the top 5 of my most used plugins I use in literally every song. And yeah, let's get straight into this video. So the 5th place is actually a free plugin, and it's by XFER. Steve Dudas has made a great job on this plugin. It's called the OTT, which means over-the-top compression. And as the name says, it's kind of a compression plugin, but in a multi-band way, so you can compress certain frequencies. But it's not that it's not that precise like, for example, the FABFILTER multi-band compressor, but it's a really nice compressor, and it gives a really cool high crushed vibe to the track. So you can literally hear an OTT. Listen to a song by Illenium, he uses the OTT in every track, and myself included. So the OTT number 5. Spot number 4 are actually 2 plugins, because I can't really decide which one is better. It really depends on how you use it, and there are also a lot of other plugins that do the same and are on the same quality standard. But I will just talk for myself. It's a reverb plugin, or 2 reverb plugins, sorry. It's the Pro R from FABFILTER, which is a really dreamy kind of reverb, and it washes the sound completely out if you go on the mix to 100%, which I think is in some ways for the ambience effects or for tiny details that are in the background really essential and really nice to hear if you put the Pro R on it. And for the sidechain reverb, it's also really cool. There are other reverbs like the TrueVerb by Waves, which is the clearest one of all, but I don't like it when it's too clear, because on the vocals maybe it's cool, just to give it the natural vibe, but I like it to have it a bit washed out in the tracks. You can hear that. The second plugin is from VALHALLA. It's the VALHALLA Room. It's one of, I think, 3 reverb plugins that are on the market, and the other one is actually for free. I like the vintage verb as well, and the shimmer I didn't try out till now, but the vintage verb is also really cool, but it's not my taste. I like it. I like to use it on drums, for example, the vintage verb, because it's again very clear. But the VALHALLA is really getting for sound design, it gets a really nice texture to the sound. And the 3rd place, another free plugin. I use it in every track. It's not a really essential plugin, it's more for myself when I'm confused which frequencies that are done working. What's going on outside? Which frequencies are done working? It's a span analyzer. It's a free plugin, as I said, and it's a metering, analyzing plugin, as the name says, and I use it on every track. You can really compare and match your track to already produced track from your favorite artist, for example. That's what I usually go for. Number 2 is a plugin which was created. The idea behind it is for vocals, but you can use it on everything basically, as every plugin. It's the IZOTOPE NECTAR, and this one is really a beast in what it's doing. I use it for vocal processing. I use it sometimes for leads. It really depends. They have bombs of presets. I can't say it. Their presets are just amazing. I mean, I'm not really a fan of presets, especially when it comes to effects like reverb or saturation or things like that, but the NECTAR really does its job, and it does it well. And finally, number 1. Number 1 is a plugin that I own not for a really long time actually. I think I got it 5 or 6 weeks maybe from now, and it's the FABFILTER SATURN. It's a saturation plugin. You know, there are others like the from Sound Toys. There's another one, and there are several from Waves, Vitamin. I used Vitamin, but I was not really satisfied with it. It sounded cool. It was really cheap, but yeah, in the end, it just wasn't working for me. So I switched to SATURN, and SATURN is a beast again, but the whole FABFILTER series is just amazing. I mean, if you're just starting out, it's not really necessary to get the best of the best, but the more you process, the more you get better in producing. You should really focus on high quality. I mean, you can achieve the same result with other plugins, but the third-party plugins are just a way to improve your workflow, to get things done faster. And for me, it's really cool way just to get that crisp in the sound and that warmness. Yeah, saturation is by far the most overlooked thing for upcoming producers. My advice is always go for saturation when it comes to lead synths, when it comes to chords, even when it comes to piano. Just try it out. Those saturation means basically you add harmonic frequencies to your instrument, and what harmonic frequencies do is they add, for example, A. The note A plays on 202 Hertz, I think. What the saturation does is that it adds harmonic frequencies on 440 Hertz, 880 Hertz, and so on. And this gives it a really warm touch, because you don't play everything as loud as the main note, but you destroy the sound a bit, so you open it up a bit. For your main leads, of course, it's not necessary, but you can wash out your sound as well. But please, just take a look at saturation. Hyperbits does it really cool. He explains it really good in a free video. I will link it in the description. And yeah, that's basically it. My top 5 used plugins, mainly effects. I mean, Silent One, Massive, Spire, Serum, you know it. But those are clear. Yeah. Make sure to subscribe to our channel, like the video if you like it. If I should do more content like that, let me know, write us an email, send us your tracks, which would be really cool to analyze in another video. And we see you on the next vlog.